Hey guys, Randomosity here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a super simple birdhouse. Hope you enjoy. So here's what you're going to need to make your simple birdhouse. One board, got this at Lowe's, it's just a fence board you'll find in the garden department. It only costs like $3. A few small nails. Right here I have 40 nails, which are 1 inch and 3/8. A screw gun of any size, a few bits. I have just a small set here of bits, and then a 1-inch spade bit for drilling the hole for the birds to get in. A hammer, pencil, and a speed square, and a good tape measure. And that's all you need. We'll get right to marking this out, and I'll show you how it's done. Okay, now we're going to mark out the parts for the birdhouse. First thing, we're going to mark one at 14 inches. And this will just be a square cut. This will be the back of the birdhouse. The next two pieces are going to have to be 4 inches wide because they're going to be the size of the birdhouse. So to get that, we'll just run our pencil right at the 4-inch mark on our speed square and just slide it right down the board. Now you got to be careful because your pencil kind of wants to vary sometimes. And this one is going to be angled. And it's going to start out at 10 inches and go down to 8 inches on the short side, which would be about a 26-degree angle. And the way we're marking this, you can make one cut for the angle and have the angle on both of your pieces. So you just turn around and put, now on this side, you just measure 8 inches out. Put a mark. And just run a square line right across there. And there you got your two side pieces for the birdhouse. Now we need an 8-inch square piece. Well, it'll be straight across this way, but it's going to be angled this way. So we'll just measure out here from this line. We'll come down 8 inches. And then you'll just cut it right here. 8 will be to your long point, and you cut it at a 26-degree angle, right like that. And now we just need the bottom of the birdhouse, the floor, how we'll figure that is, we know it'll be 4 inches wide because of these, and then we'll just take the width of one of these and subtract 2 times the thickness, and this is about 5/8 of an inch. So we'll mark out right here a piece that's 4 1/4. Now this will just be scrap right here. Come up 4 inches, make a mark, come over. Now we just mark right here at 4 1/4 and slide it right along. Right like that. And now on the floor, you don't want to leave it solid. You're going to want to take a little nick off of all the corners. That way if any rain were to get in there, it would just roll right out and it'll help give ventilation to the bottom of the nest. So I'll cut these and I'll be right back. So now I got all the parts cut right here. Now one thing I forgot to tell you was to mark out the roof, which I cut it 7 3/4 of an inch from long to square. So you won't want to forget that. Okay, now we're going to start building. First thing we got to do is mark in 2 inches from either end. And just run a line across. And then you just want to carefully nail it together. You can use 3 to 4 nails. I'm just using 3 right here. Now on this other side, you don't want to put all those nails. You only want to put 1 nail because this side's going to be opening, so you can clean it out for the birds. So just put 1 nail right in the center. It'll act like a hinge. So that nail just popped out the side. So I'm gonna have to put a new one in here. Just gotta be careful, the grain can really throw it sometimes. And then wherever you put that nail, you just mark straight across to this side to put 1 on the front. Now we'll take our front and just line her right up here. Make sure you got plenty of room for the roof. If you haven't gotten the angle quite right here, it's no big deal. You just drop it down till it lines up so the roof will go on, like that. Now you put your last hinge nail carefully so it doesn't split out. And now we're ready to put in the floor, which, as you can see, is a little bit small. But that's no big deal. You just balance out the space and nail her in. That's the fun thing about this project. You don't have to be super precise on it. So you nail all the sides except for the door side right here, because you want it to be able to open right like that. Then you just dump the old nest out at the end of the year. Now you want to install your roof. As you can see, it's going to be a little bit harder nailing because it's on an angle. Line her right up, and forget, you don't want to nail on the door side. You can just angle a couple in from the back. Now all we got to do is take our 1-inch bit here and put the hole in the front for the bird to get in, which you want centered on the front. Then I'm going to just take one of these small bits and just add a hole right below that, and we'll just drop a small twig right in there. That way the bird will have something to land on before it climbs in the hole. And you just drop that hole about 1/2 inch to 5/8 of an inch down. I'll get a twig and show you how that's done. Okay, I got a little twig about 2 inches long, and you try and make it about the size of the hole, but if it's not, then you just grab your utility knife, or any knife you got, and just shave it right off. Just wedge it right in there at the end. Then you just tap it with the hammer. So if you've enjoyed this video, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, keep rolling with the random.